9 ways to motivate your employees to do better. I have strengthening workplace culture. I have done business for some time now, and I realize that sometimes the culture that we start with does not apply to everyone. So I believe when it's culture, it means every other person needs to go under the same rules and regulations, same guidelines with your businesses. If the heads choose not to abide by the rules, at the end of the day, the followers will see the same and do the same. So it's very important for you, the CEO or the business owner, to check those managers very well to make sure that they have they follow the guidelines, they follow the rules, because I mean we all know what it is, especially here in Nigeria. It is very difficult for you to get managers that can actually do it right. So it's important for us to look at that. Improve supervisor employee relationship. They say poor relationship between managers and the people they foresee. A study has shown that the reason why a lot of staff tend to leave their job before it even starts is because of poor communication between them and the managers. It is important for you to make sure that you hire the right people that can listen, communicate well, and I believe a manager is not just someone that would want to sack a staff. He should be someone who would want to train these people to be better, because I believe you too, you got a training from someone, so you must train another person to do it right. Most people that are under the managers are usually people who don't have any experience. That is the place for them to get an experience. So you have to make sure you employ the right manager that can manage the people that are under him or the people he's overseeing. They say provide mentorship and training opportunities. I hear this a lot for a very long time, and I keep saying, well, we're mentoring them now, they're doing the work, so why do I need to go out of my way to get the right people to come and mentor them or train them, and then after some time they just leave? Well, at the time that they are with your organization, I believe they would help you by the time you train them better, by the time you give them an opportunity to learn more. So many of them, I believe, lack of mentoring, lack of knowing what they genuinely need or what they're even there for is the reason why some of them steal, some of them leave, because they don't know the value of what they have. So it's important for you to make sure that when you have employees, you mentor them. If you can't do it yourself, you outsource for the right people that can actually do it and help them. And it will help your organization in return. Number 4 is give employees the tools to succeed. I say this, and I know that almost everyone that has worked with me or for me knows that I try my best to see that you succeed in anything that you do. I push you, I challenge you, I do so many things to make sure that you succeed in the particular aspect that you are overseeing. Recognize the job well done. This is something that so many of us tend to hold back, because we feel like, oh, the moment you tell someone, oh, they are good at this, or you reward them with something, they just like relax. I agree, so many of our employees do that to us. The moment you give them all the luxury, that is when they choose not to work. But at the same time, if you follow these guidelines and you really nurture them and you bring them to this point where, or when you do something right, there's a reward that is important for you. It doesn't even have to be money. It doesn't have to be doing something out of your way. It's just calling them into your office, sit them down and say, oh, what you're doing is really good. I appreciate the effort you put into this place. I see you, and I've seen the change that is in you and all. These are all part of mentoring and showing them that no matter how they see you, you're still seeing them and you're recognizing them and you're appreciating what they do. I believe a lot of people, after doing that, tend to put in their best and do more for you as well. It's a win-win situation, if you ask me. Distribute workload evenly. So I would say this: when I opened the farm, we always have this issue of taking people to a place where they cannot continue from. We see people do something that is a bit good, and then we give them a responsibility that is beyond them, something that they cannot do. We put all the workload in one person or on one person that is literally doing his best, and we expect him to do more than his capacity. So I believe in a workplace, don't put all your eggs on one staff. Look at other people. See how you can bring them on the table. Share responsibility. If you take this one as a waiter, let him be a waiter. If he's a manager, allow him be a manager. If this person is supposed to buy things, procurement, let them do their jobs. Allow people do their jobs. I keep telling people, delegate, delegate, delegate. Don't take all the responsibility. This is the responsibility of the CEO to oversee all these things and make sure that every single person is doing his job diligently, the way it's supposed to be done, and with reports and everything, you would see how people are performing, and from there you would know who to give more or who not to give more. But it's very vital for everyone to do everything, not to put all the workload on one person. They said make it possible to learn new skills. So just because what I do actually in my restaurant is sometimes I just shuffle. I take you from grills, I bring you back to the restaurant, to the main restaurant to cook. I take you from washing plates to a waiter. I just want them to learn every single bit of where they are at this point and every single bit of the aspect of the business. So don't just restrict them to one place. Allow them explore. Sometimes when I take you from this department, I put you in that department, I realize you can actually do more in this department than what you do in the other department. So allow them, give them the possibility to learn something new. Do not restrict. Number 8, they say foster a sense of community. Your employees should feel connected to each other and you. I say to all my people, we are a family. If you do something wrong, I'll sack you. That doesn't mean I will not sack you just because you're my family. But there's something about a workplace that is healthy, to communicate, to be able to relate with each other, know one another, you know his wife, know when his child is sick. I know it's a huge responsibility, especially here in Nigeria. Some of them, the moment you give them this room, it becomes your responsibility to take care of whatever it is that they have. But there's a limit, there's a line. You as the owner or the CEO should know where to draw the line in whatever it is that you would render to any staff. But it's important for them to be seen. It's important for them to, for you to just walk by and call his name or say, oh, how are you feeling? I see you're sad. What is wrong? Bring them closer. Let them know that you care. They're not just working for you and then you're taking all the money. And then if it's important, sometimes I sit with them when we're going through some financial crisis. I sit with the lowest of the low, all of them in a meeting, and I tell them, this is what we're going through. How do we solve this? It's not like I don't know how to solve it, but I want a sense of connection with them. I want them to feel like I'm giving them the opportunity to have a say in a business that they work under. And it really, really helps. And sometimes you'll be shocked the kind of response that comes from them and the answers. And sometimes they do have the solutions. It's not just you knowing it all by yourself. The last one is give them autonomy. Unless they give you a valid reason not to trust them, I think you should give your employee the chance to make decisions regarding how they accomplish or complete it. Allow them take some decisions. Let them take ownership of what they're doing. Let them explore and think beyond what we do. Let us not control them. Allow them be humans to say, oh, okay, this customer came today. He's our regular customer. Madam or guy is not on seat, and this person wants a discount. Look at it. Before you even reach that point, you can have someone that you sit with and say, if this happened, you can take this decision. It can all go under the books, and at the same time, they feel included. They feel some sense of right. They feel, okay, I have a stake in this business since I can actually say things, and then people and the heads will listen to me. It is very, very important, especially your managers. Make sure you give them the right to make some decisions, not all, but make some, and at the same time they can pass it through you maybe later in the day and say, oh, this happened, but this is the decision I took, and that's it. So by the time you do that and you see, oh, this person has a good decision sense, then you can give him more responsibilities and understand more. In conclusion, I will say treat your staff like they matter, and in return, some of them will give you loyalty. So I hope this helps. Thank you.